The Mansfield Business Alliance has released their list of 40 under 40. We're talking 40 people under the age of 40 who are the next generation of leaders. They are CEOs, they're entrepreneurs, they're everyday people. And one of those people is in the studio right now. We welcome Alisa Dodenhoff. Welcome to About Mansfield.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
That makes you under 40.
I am.
And you are the Director of Business of Operations for one of my favorite restaurants here in Mansfield, Blue Mint Thai.
Yes, I am.
And the Velocity Investing Group. How long have you been with the group, Blue Mint and Velocity?
Just shy of a year. I knew Mike when he was the commander of my security forces squadron in the Air Force. So I've known him for the last 5 years, or give or take. And after knowing him and reconnecting with him, I was a program manager at Mauser Electronics down the road.
Yeah.
So I was a frequent guest of Blue Mint Thai because I love Asian food. And when Mike bought the restaurant a couple of years ago, he was still a Arlington police detective, and he stopped doing that full-time, jumped into Blue Mint Thai full-time, and that's where him and I linked up and have expanded it since then.
And I know a little bit about Mike. He and I have had conversations. So you are currently in the military?
I am.
And that's important to Mike.
So I am still actively doing my reserve duty. I was active duty for 6 years, and then I've been in the reserves for the last 8. I actually just got off 3 weeks of annual tour training yesterday, so I'm jumping right back in first thing with you this morning.
What are your duties as the director of business operations?
I feel like I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I am Mike's right-hand man, for lack of better words, but I do a lot of the sales. So the capital raising of our funds for our investors. I do all the marketing. So as we continue to expand, getting our name out there and getting people, I just need to get people in the door, because once they eat our food, they're forever
I was
customers.
sold. Yeah.
Yes, they're sold.
As I mentioned before we started recording, that the drunk noodles.
Oh, yes.
Is my favorite.
It's the number one seller. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Crazy drunken noodles. I mean, it is astronomical. Our sales for crazy drunken noodles, and then everything else, beneath it. Yeah, it's the best.
That's cool. As a budding leader in the community, what are some of the challenges that you have faced from the time you started? Now it's only been a year, but moving up the ladder to an executive, if you will. Some of the challenges that you faced along the way.
I think the biggest thing is self-confidence in the work that I produce. You almost have a little bit of imposter syndrome from time to time. Everybody has always said my whole life, just fake it till you make it. I don't think that's the way to do it. I think we need to be transparent and honest about what our capabilities are, what our bandwidth is, and then absolutely crush it in that capacity so you continue to excel and succeed. And I'm so fortunate that I have Mike Wilson as my I would say my colleague, my partner. He's my boss, but I boss him around way more than I probably should. But somebody who understands where I'm still growing and learning as, like you said, a budding leader, and be able to follow in the footsteps of somebody who's doing it for so long and wants me to take his place, very, very soon.
Aside from Mike, because I think Mike's kind of an obvious choice, have there been any community leaders, community mentors, people who have influenced you along the way?
I would say my first gut instinct is to say my aunt and uncle, actually.
Nice. Give a shout out to aunt and uncle.
Oh, yes. My uncle, he's now retired, lieutenant colonel in the Marines. He certainly inspired me to kind of take that avenue. And my aunt, she has just always been somebody who's in my corner, supported me, my biggest advocate for education and for learning and bettering myself. And she's really who pushed me to pursue a doctorate degree. And just never settle for less. So, um, those are truly my people.
And you do have a doctorate.
I'm a doctoral candidate.
Okay.
I need to finish my dissertation before I can put it in front of my name, but we are almost there.
Good. In doctoral in what?
Business administration.
Okay. And where are you going to school?
Northwood University. It's out of Michigan.
Okay. Okay. But Dr. Alisa, coming up.
Before we know it, I cannot wait. I will shout it to the moon.
How do you feel about writing a book?
That is on the to-do list. I would love, my idea is to take all of the data I've collected through my research and my dissertation and transform that into a more digestible, maybe not so scholarly book that somebody actually wants to read, because it's great information. Let's
go back in time. If you, the current day Alisa, could go back to, say, could spend some time with 8-year-old Alisa, look right in that camera and address Alisa with any advice that you would give 8-year-old Alisa.
Oh, I just got chills. I know. I don't know. I don't know if I ever dreamed that I would be in the position I am today in my under 40. This point in my life. I think that we all have these big dreams of what we want and what we're going to do. And I'm not a ballerina. I mean, I'll tell my 8-year-old self that we did other things, but just to keep pushing forward. I believe in a work-life balance. I make time for myself. I make time for my children. I make time for my friends, while still being able to be successful and have it all, and keeping my morals in check, in line. I'm never wavering on what's important to me and what my goals are, and never allowing life to sideline the bigger picture. Just stay focused. And it veers. It veers. If you look at my degrees, I was doing one thing and then I pivoted, and now I'm, a minority owner of a Thai and Asian restaurant. I don't know if I would have, thought that was going to happen, but I am exactly where I'm meant to be. And so I would tell 8-year-old Alisa, I would tell anyone who has big goals for themselves, that it's going to happen as long as you stay motivated, stay on course.
Keep reaching for the stars.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
You've already mentioned Mike. You've mentioned your aunt and uncle. This is now where I'm just going to let you open up the mic, and if you want to give thanks to anyone, shout out to anyone, anybody you want to acknowledge.
Oh, I wish you'd prepped me for this one. Those would be my 3. I think I would start with. I've had a lot of great military leaders along the way. I've had a lot of great professors who have, continued to guide me and push me. Even my very first guidance counselor, as I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do in college. I think that the networking I've done in this past year, I've met more influential people than I probably have in my entire life. So. And then obviously I thank God, because he's the center of every move that I make. So, my list is long, and my children too. Oh, I need to give them somebody to be proud of. So,
sure.
All the people, all the things.
Director of Business Operations for Blue Mint Thai and the Velocity Investing Group, Alisa Dodenhoff, congratulations on being chosen as one of the 40 under 40, one of the next generation of leaders here in Mansfield. And thanks for being on About Mansfield.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.